Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, my name is Badrul Amin bin Badrin. Metric number IIS 16006. I am doing my research with the title of Polymer Electrolyte for Energy Storage Device, Conductivity and Structural Studies under the supervision of my supervisor, Professor Dr. Siti Rohana binti Majid. So, let's proceed to my slide. So this is the workflow of my research. Okay, the below of the diagram represents the hybrid of four materials with different weight percentage from 0 to 50. So in this study, the the objective of the study is to focus on the enhancement of ionic conductivity of the samples. The higher the ionic conductivity of the samples, the better the samples is for application. So the below flow represents the first system. Dex is for dextrin from starch. CMC is for carboxymethyl cellulose, a carbohydrate derived polymer. So the blend of these two will be introduced with Spiro, the charge carrier donor, and glycerol as a plasticizer, which was found to be a promising candidate to enhance ionic conductivity from the past literature reviews. So the highest conductivity obtained from the first system at the below of the diagram will be used in the second system with the addition of IL, which is stands for ionic liquid. Both systems will undergo characterization of three im- characterization, which are EIS, electrical impedance spectroscopy, XRD, and FTIR before going to dielectric data studies. So this is the first graph obtained from the first characterization. So in this graph, the characterization of EIS focus between conductivity and weight percentage. As you can see on the left, the highest conductivity obtained is when the sample with the weight percent with the ratio of 35%, while the second system, the 35% ratio sample is being used in the second system, and it is successfully enhanced to 1.01 to the power of negative 6 Siemens per cm. Next is the graph for second characterization. Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy. The characterization is focusing on functional groups, a certain functional groups, and the effect from the hybrid of more elements in the system. So in this case, the blend polymer of CMC and dextrin from potato starch is introduced with plus Spiro, glycerol for the first system, and together with ionic liquid for the second system. As you can see, the bending in the graph prove that there is a salt action or effect or effects that take place in the system when it is being introduced. So next is the third characterization, which is XRD, X-ray diffraction. This characterization focus on distinguish the difference between amorphous and crystalline phase in the samples. So the graph plotted between intensity and degree of Bragg's angle, we can see the broad area under the curve representing the amorphous phase. The wider the area under the curve, the more tendency of the sample to become amorphous. So when it is amorphous, it has high chances to become a better candidate with which having a high and conductivity value. While the crystalline peaks, which is uh, spiky or mountain shape in the graph, represents the crystalline phase. The crystalline phase indicates that it is not suitable to have a higher conductivity of the sample. So, as a conclusion, the objective of the study is achieved because we can see from the graph of the first characterization, the first system of the four mix of different elements having 1.99 to the power of negative 6, which is later introduced with ionic liquid as a plasticizer and successfully enhanced to 1.01 to the power of negative 6. So that's all from me. I hope you enjoy my slide. Thank you.